Alright, let's try this again. Let's try this again. The first time we attempted this stream, as soon as I hit stream, someone knocked on my door. Like, my luck, right? So let's try this again. Nova was over here for a second. Nova! There she is. There she is. There she is. Alright, you guys, title of the stream, and as you guys already know, I don't read the comments while I'm doing the title of the stream because I don't want to get too distracted. So the title of the stream is How to Know If Your Nerves Are Healing. Also, I mentioned this in my first attempted stream. Nova's going crazy. She's got the zoomies. I mentioned this in my first attempted stream today, that I haven't been uploading a whole lot lately, here and there, and that's simply because if you try to upload every single day like I try to do and take 0 breaks, you're gonna burn yourself out. But you guys are very supportive and you guys are very understanding, so when I do take my breaks, I don't feel too bad for it because I know you guys get it. But anyway, like I've said many times before, whenever I go on my breaks, don't worry about it. It's just me recharging. That's all it is. Should probably put this out before I get on with the point of the stream. How to know if your nerves are healing. I got a little notepad. Okay, this is what I did. I got a little notepad and I wrote down, let's see how many things. 9 things. I wrote down 9 things that came to me right off the top of my head. 9 things to look for to figure out if you're healing, if your nerves are healing. So we're going to jump into that in just a second. Try to give everybody a chance to get back into the stream before we get going. We were rudely interrupted our first time. No, they had no idea. People have no idea if I'm streaming or making videos. They have no clue. I need some sort of sign to hang on my door when I'm streaming. But, yeah, people have no idea when I'm actually doing anything YouTube related, so it's not their fault. Alright, how many people do we have in here? I'm wearing the fluffy robe today. It's just so comfortable, so comfortable. We got a good handful of people in here. Okay, I think we can go ahead and get started. How to know if your nerves are healing. I get asked this all the time, and I just want to say before we get into this that the 9 things that I wrote down are just things that came to me off the top of my head. There's probably way more. This is just a basic list of things you can look for to figure out if you're healing or not. So we'll jump right into it. The first one is very obvious, not as triggered. So as you heal, you'll realize that even though maybe you do get a little bit triggered and your nerves flare up from time to time over certain things, even though that may still happen, but as you're healing, you'll notice that you're not as triggered. The reaction is starting to die down a bit. It's starting to not come off as strong. So that is obviously, I think it's very obvious, the first thing you need to look for. The second thing is interests return. Now, before you were sensitized, I'm sure you had all sorts of hobbies that you enjoyed. You know, we all have things that we enjoy doing, but as you become sensitized, as you are sensitized, you start to lose those interests and you become very inner focused. But as you start to heal with the advice, hopefully you're using it. As you start to heal, you'll notice that your old hobbies and interests and things like that, they start to return little by little. So if you follow my 2 main keys to healing, accepting your feelings, behaving like there's no real danger, because there's not, but you have to prove that to your brain, and not following your thoughts because obsession is pointless. If you follow those 2 things, you'll slowly start to notice that your old interests are returning. Things that you could care less about while you're sensitized, you start to care about them a little bit more. You start to get back into them. So that's number 2. Number 3 that I have wrote down here is you can laugh at old triggers. Now, when I was severely sensitized, and I've been severely sensitized 3 or 4 times, of course that was before I knew what I know now. That was before I knew how to heal. But every time I was sensitized, and then I would come out of it one way or another, I would laugh at the fact that those things triggered me while I was sensitized. I was like, I couldn't imagine it. I was like, how? How did those things trigger me so much? I don't understand. And I would honestly laugh at it. So if you start to notice yourself asking yourself, how was I so triggered by these things? they're actually quite comical, then that is a great sign, of course. Number 5, you can't believe the things that upset you while you're sensitized. This kind of goes hand in hand with you can laugh at old triggers, but you just can't believe it. You just can't believe it. You're like, really? Those things triggered me? Those things set me off? I don't understand. I can't wrap my head around it, and that's because now you're not sensitized, but you were. And when you're sensitized, things can trigger you that you will honestly, like I just said, find comical once you desensitized. Another thing I've got wrote down here is thoughts no longer create such a reaction. So, if you're not healed completely, there's a good chance that you will be triggered on and off until you are healed completely. But thoughts will start to not create such a huge reaction. So thoughts that used to really set you off, now you can have the same thoughts, no difference. You can have the same thoughts, and they don't cause nearly as much of a reaction. If you're experiencing this, that is a great sign. Another one I've got, appetite returns. Now, in all my bouts of sensitization, this doesn't apply necessarily to everyone. Everyone's a bit different. We're all in the same boat, but it is a bit different. But we've all, been in the same boat or are in the same boat, whatever. But appetite returns. Now, while I was sensitized, each time, I really lost my appetite. I would lose a bunch of weight simply because I was too stubborn to make myself eat. I recommend that you make yourself eat, obviously. But I was too stubborn, and I didn't have much of an appetite. And as I started to heal, though, my appetite returned, and it returned full force. Okay, I put all that weight back on very quickly, and so if you're starting to notice that your appetite's coming back a little bit, great sign. Another one, number 7 to be exact, sleep gets better, and you may sleep extra. What I mean by that is, when we're sensitized, sleep can be very hard to come by for most people. Sleep can be very hard to come by. Normally you start to lose sleep, and then when you do get to sleep, it's not very much. And this is completely normal. It's nothing to be alarmed about. But as your nerves start to heal, you may notice that your sleep gets much, much better. And you may actually even be sleeping more than you normally do. And that's because your body is, going through some changes. It's repairing itself. And it's understandable after you just went through what you went through that you're going to be a little extra, tired. So sleep getting better and, even sleeping more than you normally do, good sign. Number 8, less protective thoughts come. When we are sensitized and our nerves are a mess and, our brain's trying its best to protect us, we're going to get a lot of protective negative thoughts, worries, things that are actually, in reality very pointless, but the brain wants to protect us, so we get a lot of protective negative thoughts. As you start to heal, these protective negative thoughts slowly stop coming. So if you're noticing that you're getting less of these negative thoughts, that is a great sign. Number 9, I saved the best for last, you guys. I saved the best for last at number 9, sex drive returns. Okay, now, to be serious here, we're not children, but to be serious here, when you're sensitized, obviously the last thing on your mind is anything sex-related. Okay, let's just be honest with ourselves. Anything sex-related, last thing on your mind when you're sensitized. You're so inward-focused, you have absolutely no sex drive. If you've got a significant other, they're probably wondering, why the hell is he or she not interested in me anymore? But this is just a very normal symptom. Of course, you're not going to have much of a sex drive when you're going through this thing, right? You're not. You're too inner-focused. You're, got all this stuff going on, you're just not. Hopefully your partner, whoever, understands that. But this is a very common thing, and when your nerves start to heal, you'll notice that you get more interest in that sort of business. You know what I mean? So that is very common. Don't worry about it. And like I said, these are just 9 things that just came to me off the top of my head from my personal experience, with all my bouts of sensitization. These are just things that came to my head just right off the bat. So I'm going to run through them again really quick, and I just kind of jotted these down. They're not like, wrote that well, but just to run through them really quick again, how to know if you're healing your nerves. Not as triggered, interest return, you can laugh at old triggers, thoughts no longer create such a reaction, you can't believe the things that upset you while you're sensitized, you just can't imagine it, appetite returns, sleep gets better and you may sleep extra, less protective thoughts come, sex drive returns. So there's just 9 quick things that I think are most common to look out for to see if you are doing the right thing, if you are following the advice and your nerves are starting to heal. Now, It takes time to heal, so don't dedicate to the advice that I give you for like 2 or 3 days and then be like, oh, well, he said in this video that if I do the advice and dedicate to it, I should start to see some of these things to show me that my nerves are healing, but I'm not seeing them. Okay, well, it's only been like 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 weeks. Don't look for signs of improvement that quickly. I'm not saying it's impossible to improve that quickly. You definitely can improve that quickly, and I've seen it done before. But everyone is different. Time frames are impossible to give, but give yourself time. If you've been doing it for 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 weeks, or even a month, whatever, and you're not seeing results yet, you're not seeing any of these signs of improvements, don't freak out. Everyone is different. It could take, Billy 2 months to heal completely, while it takes Sharon 6 months to heal completely, while it takes Bobby 4 months. Everyone is so different, and that's why I can't really give you a time frame. It's just impossible. But I'm not saying that a quick recovery is impossible, because it's definitely not. You can recover quickly, but I can't tell you. I don't know if you'll recover quickly. I don't know if you'll need some extra time. I don't know your situation or how your brain is currently wired and how much work you need to do. So if you don't see immediate signs of improvement, do not freak out. Give yourself time. Continue using the advice. It works. Okay? It's completely up to you. I've got that in the description of my channel. Completely up to you if you'd like to follow my advice or not, but I'm telling you, it works. Okay? This is coming from Dr. Claire Weeks, a lot of her teachings, amazing woman. This is coming from a lot of great spiritual teachers that I follow, and this is coming from, most importantly, years and years of personal experience with this crap. So, up to you if you want to follow it or not, but it will help you out. So, anyway, you guys, there was just some very quick little things to look for to see if you're healing or if you're on the right track. Like I said, if you don't see them immediately, continue using the advice and give yourself time. You will see them, okay? You will, eventually. So, let's see. Well, we got a lot of comments. That was the point of the stream, by the way. If you were only here for the point of the stream, it's officially over. That's all I wanted to say about that. I hope someone takes something from this video. But now we're just going to hang out for a minute. So, a lot of people in the stream. Ghost, Andy, Joe, Beth, hello, everyone. You beautiful people. Breaking Necks, Jay, Alex, Conroy? I think I said that right. Mike. Hope I didn't miss anyone. Jay, Luis, Jesse. Wow, a lot of people today. Obviously, I'm not going to start from the top of these comments, but I'll scroll down a little bit. Does anyone else have severe migraines with anxiety? I heard that was very common. I used to have slight headaches. I don't know if I would say severe migraines, but I did have some headaches. But I've heard of migraines with anxiety. Yeah. Wasn't one of my big symptoms, but it definitely happened a time or two. $5 donation from Joseph. Thank you very much, Joseph, for that. You guys are awesome. Amazing group of people. Such a great community. I'm just kind of skimming over the comments real quick because there's a lot. P.S. After finding your channel, I got my life back, but I got sensitized again after a hard few weeks at work, but thanks for everything. Hey, you're learning. It's not a setback. I hate the term setback. It's not a setback. It's a step forward. Every chance you get to practice and retrain, because, if you're going through what people like to call setbacks, then that means there's obviously some work that you still need to do. So that's fine. Embrace that. Embrace it. Sex drive, ouch. Wow. How do you get twitching to stop? It's not there when I'm working out, or not at rest. Don't try to get it to stop. As humans, we are under this false assumption that we should try harder to stop the things we don't like from happening, but it's when you let go of control that you gain control, because the more you try to stop twitching, like you said, for example, the harder it's going to be, because now you're consciously focused on trying to get this body to do what you want it to do. But let's face it, it's not going to do what you want it to do, especially if you're sensitized. So stop trying to make it do what you want it to do. It'll relax on its own. It'll breathe on its own. It'll twitch and not twitch on its own. So the more we consciously try to get involved and fight with this thing, the harder it's going to be. Gosh, it's snowing bad here. I got my cream of chicken soup. Breaking Necks has got his chicken soup. I don't think it snowed here today, but we are under like a winter advisory, I think. That's what my friend told me. So it's really cold. It's not snowing, but it's really, really cold. Also, I want to make it known, because I'm seeing like one comment here that's kind of throwing me off. I want to make it known that... Okay, hold on. Let me reread this, make sure I'm saying this right before I get into it. My sex drive didn't go. Does that mean I'm not anxious? No. Just because you didn't experience a loss of sex drive doesn't mean you're not sensitized. Not everyone is going to experience the same symptoms. Not at all, so... Thanks for everything, Chris. You have helped me get through this bout of anxiety I had for 3 months within weeks. I appreciate you. That's awesome, Matt. Keep going. Keep going. I feel the healing. I've become very good at acceptance. That's amazing. Keep practicing. You're not going to be perfect at this thing right off the bat. Like, you're not going to learn the advice and then be able to execute it perfectly 10 out of 10, 110% the first few days, first few weeks, maybe even the first few months. It takes practice. It takes practice. So, you know, this is new to you. This is a new habit. And like I said, this is just new to you. It's something you got to practice a bit. It's very rare that someone just nails acceptance right out of the gate. Not impossible, but very rare. My thoughts don't cause much of a reaction, but a few will cause me to feel a little warm, like a nervous feeling. Is that good? It's great that your thoughts aren't causing much of a reaction. That's one of the big signs that you're healing, so that's amazing. Cheers for the stream. Hope you're well, buddy. I'm off to sleep. Keep up the good work. Thanks for stopping by, Andy. Appreciate it. He's probably already gone by now. I'm trying to get caught up on these comments. Remember that anxiety can never stop you from doing anything. That is correct. Cannot stop you. It's always your choice what you do. Anxiety also won't force you to do what you don't want to do. It won't. No, it's always your choice. I'm in Cincinnati, not snowing, but it's very cold here. Yes, it is very cold where I'm at. I don't think it's still snowing or snowing at all, but I've got my windows covered up, so I wouldn't know other way. Don't feed the fear with second fear. Yes, such a very important thing to learn and understand fully, that you do not want to feed the fear with second fear, because that's what keeps that first fear alive and growing. It's all about you. You got to change your perspectives to the truth. You got to understand that this thing's harmless. Truly understand it. You've got to, anytime that anxiety or panic feeling starts to come on, you've got to change your perspective from fearful thinking to, no, I'm not going there with all that. I know the truth. My body's trying to protect me. I'm just going to teach it that I'm okay. You know, it's all about changing that perspective. So very important. Change that perspective. Be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. Thanks, Chris. You're amazing. No, you're amazing. All of you are amazing. What time is it? Almost 6 o'clock on my end. Almost 6 o'clock on my end. Did you guys notice anything? Nobody said anything about the fact... I'm a little disappointed in you guys. Nobody said anything about the fact that I shaved my beard. Has nobody noticed? Really? Not a single person has noticed that I'm just rocking the goatee now? I'm kidding. I'm not disappointed. I'm not really disappointed. But I figured someone would have already called me out by now. Ugh. We did get the new headphones. I think Breaking Necks mentioned that earlier. We did get the new headphones in, because my other ones were literally falling apart. Like, no, it's not that side. It must be this side. Literally falling apart. Got wires sticking out everywhere. This microphone piece has already got, I've like tried to black tape it because the shell is falling off, wires sticking out of that. I mean, they're just a mess. They're just a mess. But I don't know, how long did I have these things? A couple years or something? Maybe less than that, actually. But I got some use out of these things. Good pair of headphones. I don't know how they got this screwed up. But I'm not the kind of person to buy extravagant things like a new headset if I don't need it. Like, that's just not me. That's just not me, so... Yeah, the new headphones are pretty cool looking. They're pretty stylish. Pretty stylish. They weren't that expensive. Like, I didn't drop hundreds of bucks on these. This is like a $30 pair of headphones. But they look much more than that. But yeah, I don't spend money unless I need to on myself. I don't like spending money on myself unless I need to, but come on. I think this is justified, right? It's a justified purchase. Your tattoos make it look like it's still there. Oh, yeah, that's true, isn't it? I got these jawline tattoos right here. It says "We're all mad here" from Alice in Wonderland. Love it. Anxiety is just beautiful energy. Embrace it with acceptance. Yes. You gotta feel it to heal it. Let that energy burn itself up. I keep trying to close my rope here so my man titties don't escape. Because when I'm sitting down like this, I've got some pretty big ones. How are you, Wonder Bro? I'm doing good. I feel good today. Yeah, everything's going fine. Slept pretty good last night. I've gotten everything I need to take care of today out of the way already. So, good day. Good day for me. I hope it's a good day for all of you. I'm getting a bit thirsty. Whoa, what did I just pressed a button. Hopefully didn't screw anything up. We might be able to play some Rainbow in a little bit, Ghost. Okay. This is what's on the menu for today. You guys already know me. I drink orange Fanta, however you want to pronounce it. It's what I drink most of the time. I hate throwing things away. Like, I'm a minimalist. I like to have as little stuff as possible, but at the same time, I force myself to be a minimalist because truly, I like to hold on to things. I'm like, that might have a purpose in the future, but I force myself to keep as little stuff as possible. I don't like clutter. So, these will probably go into the trash, but even though they're just so screwed up, like pretty much unusable, I'm still like, you know what? We might be able to tape these up and, you know, get some use out of them. But no, I'm wearing these things. Like, I should just throw them away, right? Where's the little... See, I could use... This has actually got a built-in microphone. So I could be using these to talk to you guys. But I like to wear these to hear the sound. And I like to stick to my little podcast mic here, which needs to be screwed in a little bit better. There we go. No flashing, Wonder Bro. Keeping this PG. Yeah, no flashing. I'm trying to make sure I'm not flashing over here. Your insides are probably all orange. Yeah, pretty much. I drink a lot of orange pop. I freak out and start seeing out of my peripheral vision, and it's always nothing anyone else experienced this. Yes, a lot of people that I've spoke to have experienced that, including myself. And I never really researched that a whole lot, but I can say that it is, you know, an anxiety thing, because I experienced that while I was sensitized. And like I said, a lot of other people that I've spoke to have experienced that, so... I can't really tell you why it happens. I never bothered researching it, but I've experienced it. I used to get dizzy and feel like I was fainting, but it turns out that I wasn't eating due to the anxiety, and that was causing it. Yeah, if you're not eating for like 2 or 3 days in a row, you know, you're gonna feel a little tired and a little, you know, so at least try to eat once a day, guys. I know that you probably don't have much of an appetite if you're, you know, really sensitized right now, but at least try to make yourself eat one thing a day, even if it's just one thing a day. I used to go 2 or 3 days, you know, before I'd make myself eat something little. And yeah, it does make you feel like you don't have much energy and that you just want to like lay down and just not move. So, make yourself eat at least once a day or drink something. I'm not asking for much, just once a day, because I know how much it sucks to try to make yourself eat when you don't have an appetite. That sucks, but try to make yourself eat at least once a day. An actual Chad. Oh, hell yeah, I made it to the stream. Hello, Chad. Hello. Yeah, you're not going to go crazy. Anxiety and panic will not make you go crazy. That was my big fear back when I was, going through it. That was my one big driving fear. That's where it all kind of started for me. My fear was mainly fed by that unrational thought of I might go crazy. That's where it was really fed for me. And doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. What you're feeling is physical feelings, and the body has nothing to do with your ability to control yourself. Your conscious control and your actions and your choices cannot make you do anything. It will not make you go crazy. And I know just hearing that for me is not enough. You need to experience that for yourself, that you cannot go crazy, by totally accepting anxiety and panic when it happens, so that you can see for yourself that without doing anything but just using acceptance, you do not go crazy. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to... nothing. Your fear's not going to happen. I don't drink caffeine anymore. I drink caffeine-free stuff. This is as close as I can get to a real soda pop. Caffeine-free Fanta. That's why I like it so much. But it helps me sleep better. I cut out caffeine about a month ago just because it helps me sleep way better at night. But while I recovered and was recovering, I still drank plenty of pop, so... You'll eventually get it, Breaking Necks. We've spoke many times, and you know what you gotta do. Now it's just a time where you've got to do it. And that might take you a while to do. I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take you to decide that it's time to use the advice. But once you do, you'll be glad you did. Cheap ass lighters. Yeah, not eating is a very common symptom of too much anxiety, because you just don't have an appetite anymore. So of course you're not going to want to eat. And I would go 2 or 3 days at a time before I'd make myself eat something back when I was going through it. And like I said, just try to make yourself eat once a day. I'm not asking for much. I know it's probably going to be hard for you to cram down 3 big whopping meals. I'm not asking that of you. I'm trying to be realistic. But at least once a day, a sandwich or something. Anything, and it'll make you feel a little bit better. Just a little bit better. I'm eating and sleeping again, then go a few days good, then a few bad. I screwed up and got drunk last night, big mistake, woke up a panic mess, LOL, don't drink. You guys and your drinking, man. I get all kinds of comments and questions about drinking, and, it's just not good for your nerves, guys. It's not good for your nerves. It's not good for anybody's nerves, sensitized or not. The hangover is what'll get you. So if you've been dealing with sensitization, understand going into your drinking that, I'm not saying it's a guarantee you're going to have a bad experience. Nothing's a guarantee. It comes down to the individual. But understand that drinking is not good for your nerves. It's not. It's not. Ghost, you're cracking me up, dude. Don't wait to use the 2 keys. The sooner you use it, the sooner you'll heal. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I understand that a lot of people are kind of standoffish, like they learn the advice, and it takes them a little, it takes them a little bit more suffering before they're ready to dedicate. But eventually you'll suffer enough to the point where you will dedicate. And I know that because personally I learned the advice, but it took me quite a while to use it just because I was scared, I guess. I was scared to do it. I don't know what it was, but I understand where you're coming from. And I also, I'm not stressed about it because I know, because I've been there, that eventually you will suffer enough to where you'll use the advice and then you'll heal. So that suffering is needed. Still confused on how it causes physical sensations randomly out of the blue. Well, when your nerves are sensitized, they're willing to pop off over everything. And usually it's not out of the blue. If you're more mindful, you will come to the conclusion that most of the time it does start with a thought. But so most of the time it's not out of the blue, but if your nerves are sensitized, it can be. It can be out of the blue from time to time. And that's just nerves that are tired, fragile, weak, and they're just popping off. Just boom, boom, boom. And that's what, they're trying to save your life from some threat that's not really there. So when they're highly sensitized, they're willing to run some tests on you. They're willing to check in with you. So sometimes it can happen out of the blue, although most of the time if you're mindful, you'll realize that usually starts with a thought. But it can happen that way. It can randomly come on. Where's my phone? Oh, here it is. Leave the drinking to Frank. Yes, shameless. Leave the drinking alone. It took me a lot more suffering before I actually used the advice. I knew what I should do, I just didn't do it for some reason. Dedicate to it now and you'll see the healing, yes. That's why I say I don't stress when I see people who are not using the advice, because I was there, and eventually the suffering will push you into using it. Eventually it will. Like, you think you've had enough, but wait until you've really had enough. And you'll eventually just say, okay, enough's enough. I'm going to use the advice. I'm going to heal. Thank you again, Joseph, for that $5 donation. I really appreciate it. You guys don't have to do that, but I am very, very, very grateful anytime you guys do that, because I don't have ads turned on my channel quite yet. I plan to eventually, but I don't at the moment. So any donations go to supporting me, and I really, really appreciate it. But money's tight, so if you can't donate, don't donate. Thanks, bro. Accepting seems so simple, but hopefully one day we'll just give up. Yeah, one day you will just give up, and you'll realize that acceptance is the way to go, and you will have had enough of this. Like, you may think you've had enough now, but just wait until you've truly had enough, and one day you'll just be like, okay, enough's enough. I know the advice. I know what I got to do. I'm doing it. Anybody dealing with constant... Yeah, I don't know. See, back when I was severely sensitized, I didn't drink a whole lot. Like, I didn't eat a whole lot, I didn't drink a whole lot, I didn't do any of that. So, but I've heard of that. I've heard of that symptom. There's quite a few people here on the channel, actually, that deal with that symptom. Oh, Breaking Necks with a $10 donation. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Seriously. You guys are amazing. Amazing group of people you are. From the kindness of your hearts. Is it normal to be scared of horror movies? Yeah, that's what horror movies are for. That's what horror movies are for, because your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So, horror movies are meant to evoke that feeling of fear, and it works because the brain is kind of stupid. it doesn't know that these movies are fake. You see what I'm saying? It plays off of your thoughts, and it takes all of your thoughts as real and scary. So when you're watching a horror movie, it's going to provoke a lot of scary thoughts, and your brain's going to take that as the truth. And that's why horror movies work. Same thing with anxiety. Hold on just a second, you guys. I'm not going anywhere. I am just checking some notifications. Another $10 donation from Conroy. I hope I'm saying your name right. Like, please correct me if I'm not. But thank you so much for that. You guys are amazing. You guys are so amazing. I love you all very much. Very, very much. I love you regardless, whether you donate or not. I still love you. But it really does help a ton. You guys are spoiling me today. Jesus. Spoiling me. I seriously have the best fans in the world. Guys are amazing. I love you all. Donations, no donations, just for being here. I love you. Really appreciate it. Ghost with all the... Okay, yeah, horror movies, they are meant to scare you. That's what they do. And if you're sensitized, they're gonna play off you a little bit more, too. Another $10 donation from William. You guys are... Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This is awesome. I love you guys. Like I said, if you can't donate, don't worry about it. Like, I love just helping people. That's my thing. But I really appreciate it. I really do. God, you guys are amazing. I'm so grateful. You have no idea. You have no idea. Trust me. Trust and believe. You have no idea how grateful I am. Oh, all these notifications. You guys are so amazing. Appreciate it. Truly, I do. It helps more than you know. Like, I'm not going to get into it, but it helps more than you know. My first live stream. Thanks, Wonder Bro. Well, I'm glad you could catch one finally. If you don't have the notification bell hit, that's probably why you're not catching a lot of my live streams. Sometimes the notification bell, granted, is a little screwy. It doesn't always work. But there's a little bell beside the subscribe button, I think, on my channel. And if you click that, you'll be notified every single time I go live or upload a new video. So if you don't have the notification bell clicked, go click it, and maybe you can catch more of my streams. Like, oh, I had one of those disgusting, gross burps. You couldn't hear it, but it was in my mouth. Ugh. But yeah, if you don't have the notification bell clicked, you should totally do that. Sometimes it actually works, and you'll be notified when I go live. I will donate when I can. Christmas, funerals, landlord jacked up rent again, screwed me over. Don't worry about it. Like, truly, if you can't donate, do not worry about it. I've got it, like, on my screen down in the corner, my donation link, and that's usually all I say about it. Sometimes I'll mention it once in a video, but I'm not, like, here to make all the money I can. It does help support me, because we live in a world where you have to have money to live. So I am very grateful, very, very grateful for any donations, but at the same time, this is a free channel. If you can't donate, don't donate. Like, the videos are still there for you regardless, and you're still just as important to me regardless. But for those of you who do donate, just know that I am very, very, very grateful. You guys have spoiled me today, and that's going to help more than you know. So, thank you. Thank you. Wow, I'm not alone here. You guys relate. Yeah, we can all relate. We can all relate. I've been there. Some people on this channel have been there. They've healed, you know. They're not there now, but they were there. A lot of you guys are still there. So everybody can relate here on the channel. If you have like a weird thing that triggers you and you're like, nobody can relate to this, trust me, sensitized people, they get triggered by very odd things sometimes. And don't think you're weird for that. That's just how tired, fragile nerves work. That's just how they work. Reading some Facebook comments at the moment. Trust me, everyone who's sensitized or have been sensitized, they all think that they're the worst case. That's a very common thing. They all think that they're the worst case. Woo. You guys have spoiled the hell out of me today. I think what I'm going to do with the donation money, maybe, I've been wanting to play that new Resident Evil 2. I did the demo, the stream on the channel. The full game came out today, and that's my childhood. I've been excited for that remaster since they announced it, and it came out today. And thanks to the few donations I got just now, I can afford it without going broke. So maybe. I hate spending money on myself. But you know what? I might spoil myself today. I don't know. Maybe. I just might do that. Video games are so expensive these days. I never buy full-priced video games. I always wait until they go on sale, like months later. But you know what? Today I might just spoil myself. Maybe. Yeah, everyone thinks they're the worst. When you're going through sensitization, you think you're the worst case imaginable. Everybody thinks that. I thought I was the worst case. Everybody I've ever spoke to thinks they're the worst case. It's just one of those things. But we're all in the same boat, believe me. You are not your thoughts or feelings. You are the observing awareness. Yes, amazing. Great comment, Joe. Hey Wonder Bro, hope you're keeping it well. Listen to your videos every day. Thanks for stopping by, Amanda. Damn, I love that game. Classic LOL. They need to do more remakes. Yeah, that was a great game. That was like my childhood, and I played the remastered demo on the channel, like the 30-minute trial they gave you. It was so good. Do it. People are encouraging me to spoil myself today with the donations and buy the remastered. I just might, you guys, because you made it possible. I can afford it now without going broke. So I just might do that. I'm the worst case. No, I am. Yeah, that's how it is. Whoa. Big girl, you just force your way around. Wherever's comfortable. What's today's broadcast about? I've already went over the point that I was going to make in this stream, and that was how to know if your nerves are healing. But you can actually, I think, even while the stream is going, go back and rewatch it if you missed it. If you want to stay on the stream now and you don't want to do that, just wait until this stream is over and give it about an hour, it usually takes, and this stream will get uploaded to the channel as a video, so you can go watch it that way. I'm getting a lot better with acceptance, but I still have these internal vibrations every now and then, and it drives me nuts. I feel like a human vibrator. That's a very common symptom. You know, every symptom that you guys talk about, I can honestly say is a common symptom, because since I've been doing this, not only from my personal experience, but just from talking to so many people who's been through this thing, it's all common. It's all very common. You would be surprised how many people experience, the exact symptoms that you experience. Because all of our bodies, as far as anxiety and panic goes, they basically work the same, right? So Nose is itching. Oh, Joe, very good way of looking at it. Those vibrations are just beautiful energy. Yes, you gotta feel it to heal it, you guys. Whenever you feel that anxious energy, embrace it, accept it, and understand that that is your chance to retrain the brain. That is those anxious, tongue-tied, anxious energy leaving your body. And allow it to leave. Allow yourself to feel it so it can burn itself up and you can do some retraining. It's all a bluff. It really is. Embrace the silliness. Yes, it is all a bluff. All your symptoms are a bluff. They are not a sign of any sort of illness. They are not a sign of any sort of impending doom. They are all simply, very simply, a sign of an overprotective body. That is it. That is, it may not feel that way, but trust me, that is it. You need to change your perspective from negative to positive and rational. Focus on the truth. Focus on the truth about these feelings. Be truthful. I got better at sitting at panic without doing the safety behaviors. Hey, slowly but surely, keep learning, keep practicing. That's a great first step. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. I wasn't perfect at this thing right off the bat. I'm no superhuman. You know, it took me some time. Do you have to accept perfectly to recover, like accept every thought and feelings for months, or are you allowed to mess up? You are definitely allowed to mess up. You should try to not continue messing up. You don't want to work yourself back into a hole, but you can slip up from time to time. Just get back on track. Notice that you slipped up, forgive yourself, you're human, get back on track. Just because you have a few little slip-ups, you know, doesn't mean you're back to square one. It just means that you need to catch it. Okay, I slipped up. Nothing I can do about it. I forgive myself. Let's get back on track. Wonder Bro, I'd seen many anxiety videos until I came across one of your videos where you mentioned acceptance. My life changed after watching your video. Thank you. I'm living happy every day since. That is amazing. Such an amazing comment. Truly, truly warms my heart to see stuff like that. I'm very, very happy for you. I still have a hard time accepting when I feel sick from past trauma. It scares me and I see the situation all over again. How do you accept that when you feel so ill? Thoughts will trigger. That's what thoughts do, right? They come in and they play off your nerves. So to get involved with thoughts is always futile, always pointless, and serves no point, like I said, pointless, besides to, you know, make you feel. So to get involved with them is futile. You need to understand that to your core, just how futile getting involved with thoughts is. And once you understand that, you need to practice watching them come in, because we can't do anything about them coming, not our fault. But we can watch them come in, and instead of reacting, instead of judging, instead of labeling, instead of getting involved with and fighting, watch them come in, just say, no thanks, I'm just going to observe, watch it go out again and again. I slip up a lot. That's okay. And, you know, when you first learn this stuff and you're trying to get it down, you're trying to practice, you're going to slip up. Do your best to just forgive yourself and move on every time. Scott, I just live life as normally as possible and don't let anxiety stop you from your normal activities. Yeah, I think Joe really summed it up there. A lot of people have a tendency to overcomplicate this thing, and that's where a lot of obsession comes into play, which of course is just playing off your nerves. So don't overcomplicate it. Just use the two main keys. When you feel like obsessing and overcomplicating it, understand that that's just more sneaky thoughts that are trying to hinder you. So relax into it, David. Relax into it. Don't try to run from it. Just understand that, remind yourself of the truth. Anytime you guys want to run away with negative thinking, take a step back. Remind yourself of the truth. This is just my body trying to protect me. And this is a perfect opportunity, because the brain learns the most while anxiety is turned on. Remember that. This is a perfect opportunity for me to retrain my brain, and I welcome it. I greet it with open arms. I am thankful for this chance to retrain with my accepting behaviors. Sing, dance, smile, even if you don't feel like it. You don't have to do with what your feelings tell you to do, to run away and hide. You can put on a smile anyway. You can use accepting behaviors anyway, even the inside, even though on the inside your brain is a little out of whack, with the anxiety levels, and it's trying to protect you from a danger that's not there. You can still, on the outside, consciously make the choice to realize that, okay, here's the trick, here's what's going on. But I'm going to choose to consciously use accepting behaviors, because I know I'm just being, the alarm is just being unnecessarily rang, and this is a perfect chance for me to use accepting behaviors and show my brain that all is well. Love yourself. You are beautiful. Yes, you are all very beautiful people. 110% beautiful people. You're going to be thankful for this experience. I'm telling you. I learned so many good tools to help me, not with just anxiety, but the two main keys help with life in general. And I'm so grateful for that. Let's see. How long have we been streaming? Almost an hour? Wow. It's been a long stream. I wanted to do a long stream today, though, because it's been a while since I've uploaded. I've been on a little bit of a break. I don't want to get burnt out, Even though this is obviously what I love to do, I don't want to burn myself out. Everybody needs a recharge from time to time, come back with a fresh mind, fresh ideas. Anxiety is a blessing. We are lucky to have gone through this experience, very much so. The tools that you'll learn from this journey will benefit you for the rest of your life, believe me. What about guilt? Memories that make you feel guilty pop up. Before anxiety, it was not like that. Yes, guilt is a very common symptom, and it comes in the form of thought, again. So understand that it's going to play off your nerves. Accept it fully, that you're feeling this energy. Understand that it's just a symptom. Accept it, don't resist it, and don't add to those thoughts. Don't fight with them. Just let them come and go. To accept is just to allow that energy to be there, to experience it, and to not try to run from it or hide from it. Just accept it. Put on a smile, accept it. Let that energy come in, let that energy go out. That is acceptance in a nutshell. Alright, so before we end the stream or anything, I want to let me bring up my app here, and I want to give a special thank you to the people who donated today, because we had quite a few today, and I'm very grateful, and I just want to say thank you one more time, just to show my gratitude once more. Let's see here, who donated today? William, thank you, William. Conroy, I hope I'm saying your name right, thanks again. Breaking Necks, thank you. Joseph, thank you. And Carlos donated yesterday, I think, while I was asleep. So Carlos, if you're watching this, thank you. You guys are all very amazing, beautiful, awesome people. You always make me feel better, Wonder Bro. You have a gift for helping people. Thank you so much. This is like the first live stream on YouTube I didn't click off of right away. Feels like a nice support group that I'm part of. Yes, we are all very loving, supportive family here. And it's amazing. I work very hard to make sure I keep this community very loving, very caring. We don't really have a problem with trolls here. We rarely ever get hateful people here just because of the kind of content that I make. But we've had one or two, but I get rid of them. I ban them. I'm not shy. I am not shy when it comes to banning people. I will ban you in 2.5, 1.5, if you mess with my family here, okay, we don't need you. So, you are a part of a very loving family here. I am on that. I'm on that. Believe it. Believe me. I keep track of my family here. Nothing really. It's just that I feel lots of energy in my arms and leg. Yes, adrenaline. Adrenaline. Very harmless. And I felt that was one of my big symptoms. I felt a lot of that. So if I'm using acceptance, I just acknowledge the anxiety instead of getting scared of it or getting annoyed, angry. It's so hard, though. Fear's going to be there. Believe it or not, that first fear is going to be there whether you tell yourself not to be afraid of it or not, because that's what anxiety does. Fills you full of fear, gets you ready to fight or flight. So you can't make yourself not be afraid, but what you can do is not add second fear. You can accept that anxiety is there, you're being falsely triggered, and the brain is watching you now while you're triggered to see if there's a real danger. You can focus on that truth, and then you want to show it, obviously, that there is no real danger. So with your behaviors, consciously, you can let that fear be there. You can look fear right in the eye and allow yourself to be afraid. Don't resist the experience of fear, as Alan Watts says. Don't resist the experience of fear. Let it be. Embrace it fully. You guys are awesome. You guys crack me up with your comments sometimes. I can make trolls disappear if they mess with the Wonderbro family. We do have a loving family here. We have a great little community. We have a great little community here. Alright, you guys, we are approaching the 1 hour mark, so I am going to end it here. I need to get on and do some certain things, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here, but it's been a lovely stream. Thanks again for all the donations. You guys really are amazing. You made my day. I love coming on here and talking to you guys. I was on a bit of a break, but hopefully we get back into regular videos now. I don't know. I just take things day by day. So, been a lovely stream. Is there a Discord forum or something for everyone? There is a forum on the Wonderbro website, wonderbroyo.com. There is a mental health forum on there if you want to join that forum. Usually I say stay away from forums, but I try to keep my forum acceptance, totally rooted in acceptance, because I know people love forums. So if you're going to use a forum, I do recommend, of course, using my forum, because, you know, it's acceptance based. So there is a forum. Let me type this out. Hold on. Before we end the stream, wonderbroyo.com, right there. I don't know why that didn't show up as a clickable link, but let me make sure the website's still up. I don't know why it wouldn't be. wonderbroyo.com, yeah, we're good to go. So wonderbroyo.com, and you can navigate to the mental health forum. You click the three little things, the little navigation hub, and go to the mental health forum. Right there. I don't talk a whole lot about the forum. I don't advertise it, so we've only got 27 members on there right now, so we need to get those numbers up. So wonderbroyo.com, mental health forum. Take care, Wonderbro. Keep accepting and kick ass. Yes. You're all stronger than you think. Yes. Thanks to everyone. Healing is happening now. Awesome. Take care, everyone. All right, you guys. I love you all. You're all beautiful people. You will recover. Thank you so much for today's donations. I appreciate you. We just broke 5K. Let's keep growing to 10K. You guys are amazing. Pat yourself on the back. You are learning, and you will come out of this stronger than you ever thought possible. All right. So right now, as we sit here, right now, everyone reach back. Right there. Pat on the back. I want everyone to do it. Do it. Come on. I'm gonna take your word for it that you did that. Okay? So, I love you guys, and until next time, as always, gotta get a good one right there. There it is. Stay off.